Hi everyone, we are starting with factors affecting the start of business. This topic is not there in CBSE syllabus, but it is given in the NCERT and there's a question given in the exercise, long answer question. So just to be on the safer side, we always do this topic, and similarly, I'm starting with the topic that what are the factors to be considered by any person to start business. Why I'm doing it right now? Because until unless you follow forms of business as organization, you will not be able to understand some of the points mentioned out here. First point is selection of line of business. So for any businessman or for any entrepreneur to think over and to decide, he has to keep two things in mind. First, nature of business, that is whether he wants a sole proprietorship business, he wants a partnership business or a joint stock company, or type of business, whether he wants to manufacture goods or he wants to do the trading, ready-made goods को बेचना चाहता है, or he wants to get into the service, that is intangibles, dealing with intangibles, transportation, insurance, banking, any kind of services. Now, decisions will be influenced by the following. First, customer requirement, that is what are the wants and needs of the customer, what exactly do they want. Second, technical know-how. Technical know-how means technical knowledge of the entrepreneur. How much knowledge does he have on that particular business line which he wants to begin with. Interest of entrepreneur, whether he's actually interested or he's just starting because there's a demand for it, and does he have any knowledge about it. And profit margin, what is going to be the benefit of doing this particular kind of business. So first is selection of line of business. Before we go ahead, I've already given you meaning of entrepreneur once. Again, I'm trying to tell you, entrepreneur means or entrepreneur is a person who gets innovative ideas and is ready to take risk to get that idea floated in the market or promoted in the market and to get benefit out of it. So promoter is different from businessman. Businessman, why? Because one, he deals in higher risk, and second, his ideas are innovative, which nobody has ever done that before. Right. Next is size of firm. When we talk about size of firm, we are talking about two things. One is large scale business, one is small scale business. Decisions will be influenced by the fact. What are the decisions? How decision will get affected? See, first is confidence of entrepreneur. Are you actually very confident of doing this business? Demand of the product. Are people demanding? So here customer requirements were there, their needs and wants were there. Here demand for the product in totality, whether people are actually asking for that product or not. Necessary capital arrangement. Can you arrange that much of capital? If you can arrange capital, go in for large scale business. If you cannot arrange capital, go in for small scale business. Then amount of risk. Is your business risky? If it is too much of risk is involved, in that case, go ahead with small business, go to the large scale and then go beyond that. Right? So amount of risk. Next is location of business. So when we talk about location of business, it's very important to know that right person should be available at right time at right place. Why is that so? Because if the person is not available at right place at right time and he is not doing the right kind of job, what is going to happen is there's going to be somewhere or the other problem with costs. Logistics will be affected. Why? Say you start a business at a very isolated place. आप एक business शुरू करते हैं जो कि एक isolated जगह पे है जहाँ पर आपके पास कोई भी amenities available नहीं है. Like for example, if you talk about availability of raw material, labor, power, and transportation, insurance, banking, advertising, etc. आपके पास इनमें से कोई भी amenities available नहीं है, कोई भी चीज़ें available नहीं है. So what is going to happen? एक्चुअली वॉट इज़ गोइंग टू हैपन इज़ दैट आप अगर दूर दराज जगह से इन सबको लेकर आएंगे, ये सब चीज़ें लेकर आएंगे, तो आपकी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट, आपकी अदरवाइज रॉ मटेरियल की कॉस्ट, आपकी लेबर को लाने की कॉस्ट, उसको वापस छोड़ने की कॉस्ट, या जैसे भी उनको ट्रांसपोर्टेशन अरेंज करवाने की कॉस्ट, सारी की सारी बढ़ जाएगी. सो बिजनेस ऑफकोर्स ऐसी जगह पे लोकेटेड होना चाहिए जहाँ इट इज़ ईजी टू एक्सेस थिंग्स. नाउ वन थिंग मोर, मैं ये नहीं कहती कि सेंटर ऑफ द सिटी में बिजनेस होना चाहिए. इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज हैव बीन ओपन फॉर द सेम पर्पज, बट देन द अदर थिंग्स, दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल नियर बाय ओनली. ऑलराइट, नेक्स्ट वी हैव चॉइस ऑफ फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस. चॉइस विल बी इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय व्हाट ऑल? फर्स्ट, लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस, यानी लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस आप कौन सा बिजनेस लेना चाहते हैं. नेचर एंड टाइप दोनों सोचिए. कैपिटल कितनी इन्वॉल्व है, लाइबिलिटी क्या है, स्टेबिलिटी कितनी है, प्रॉफिट्स क्या है, लीगल फॉर्मेलिटीज़ कैसी हैं. सो आप सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप चूज़ करते हैं, आप पार्टनरशिप चूज़ करते हैं, आप हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली चूज़ करते हैं, आप जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी चूज़ करते हैं, आप कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी चूज़ करते हैं. दैट टोटली एंड प्योरली डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू आफ्टर कंसिडरिंग द फॉलोइंग फैक्टर्स. नेक्स्ट इज financial proposition. When we talk about the finances of starting, or rather when we talk about finances in regard to starting a business, there are two things which come into our mind. One, we need fixed assets, that is fixed capital, like for example land and building, and next we need for day-to-day expenses, we need working capital, or we need some kind of current assets. Now whatever is required, you need to be very clear with your financial planning. Why? Because financial planning talks about requirement of capital, kitna paisa chahiye, how much funds are required, source of capital, where these funds will come from, usage of capital. Now how are you going to utilize that capital, where are you going to use it? So the moment you use it in the right direction, the capital gives you better results. नेक्स्ट है फिजिकल फैसिलिटीज. भाई देखो, कोई भी बिजनेस बिना मशीन, इक्विपमेंट और बिल्डिंग के कभी नहीं शुरू हो सकता. तो क्या है फिजिकल फैसिलिटीज? मतलब दिस डिसीजन विल डिपेंड अपॉन नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस. अगेन नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस कम्स फ्रॉम हियर. Second, size of business. It comes from the second point, size of business. So if you talk about nature of business, it comes from here. Size of business you talk about, it comes from there. Availability of funds, here. So all these three things are to be considered for deciding the physical facilities available to you. Right? This is machine, equipment, building. Of course, yes, undoubtedly. जितना बड़ा बिजनेस करना चाहेंगे वैसे तरह के सामान आपको चाहिए होगा, और वेदर वो इंडिया में अवेलेबल है कि नहीं है, आप इम्पोर्ट करा रहे, there are many things which are to be considered. सो वी स्टार्ट विथ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, प्लांट लेआउट. प्लांट लेआउट मतलब क्या? फिजिकल अरेंजमेंट. किस चीज़ का? मशीन्स एंड इक्विपमेंट का. किस चीज़ के लिए? जो गुड्स के मैन्युफैक्चर करने के लिए चाहिए. वी जस्ट डोंट हैव मच ऑफ एक्सप्लेनेशन आउट हियर. दिस सिंपल डेफिनेशन ऑफ प्लांट लेआउट विच क्लैरिफाइज एवरीथिंग. These are important to be considered. Why these are important to be considered? For any organization, it's very important to have a blueprint. एक तरह का रफ स्केच बनाना ज़रूरी है कि आप क्या exactly करना चाहते हैं. Alright, next, competent workforce. So to convert physical and financial resources in desired output, we need competent workforce. Whether it is technical, managerial, skilled, unskilled, all kind of workforce is required. The moment they are competent in their own capacity, it works for best for the organization. Like it works in the best manner for the organization. So to convert physical and financial resources in desired output, we need to have competent workforce. No individual can work alone. So skilled, managerial, unskilled, technical people are needed. Next, tax planning. टैक्स प्लानिंग की बात जब हम बात करते हैं, तो अगर आप नया बिजनेस शुरू कर रहे हैं तो आप कभी भी कोई ऐसा बिजनेस नहीं लेंगे जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा टैक्स लाइबिलिटी हो, कि पहले साल ही आप सिर्फ टैक्स पे करते रह जाए और आपको अपने लिए कोई रिटर्न्स ना मिले. सो एज देयर आर नंबर ऑफ टैक्स लॉज, सो दैट दे इन्फ्लुएंस चॉइस ऑफ form of organization. Tax liability becomes necessary to be considered. Why? Because ultimately you have to continue with your business for a longer time. You just can't stop doing your business after some time because of heavy penalties or heavy tax liability which you are bearing. लॉन्चिंग द एंटरप्राइज. कंग्रेचुलेशंस, आप अपना बिजनेस शुरू कर सकते हैं. आप चाहें तो मुझे बुला सकते हैं, आप चाहें तो प्रियंका चोपड़ा को बुला सकते हैं. दैट्स योर चॉइस. रिबन कटिंग सेरेमनी हम कभी भी कर सकते हैं. जोक्स अपार्ट, द एंटरप्रेन्योर कैन लॉन्च एक्चुअल एंटरप्राइज, सो ही कैन नाउ mobilize resources. He can actually get the resources, right? Fulfill legal formalities. All legal requirements are to be fulfilled. Start production. He can start manufacturing goods and go ahead with the sales. He can just simply start with the sales. He can go ahead with his work profile so that maximum production can happen and the enterprise can be easily launched. Thank you.